Here we are in my favourite part of the garden, which is the composting area. Not the most glamorous part, but definitely the most vital. Compost is the magic, the source that keeps the garden going, keeps everything growing. It's a source of nutrients, it suppresses weed growth, it keeps the water in the soil, and it darkens the soil as well. And I don't know if you remember from your school physics days that dark surfaces are greater absorbers of heat. So it helps to heat your soil, which brings your plants into growth sooner. This compost heap here is made up of mainly grass cuttings and wood chip, and also some food waste from the local shop. It gets really, really hot. In fact, if I put my hand in, I can hardly keep it in there. It's so hot. That must mean it's over 60. When I last measured it, it was over 80 degrees Celsius. Once or twice a year, we will spread this compost onto the beds, and that will help to just do all of the things that I outlined earlier and help keep our plants really healthy. Part of what we're feeding is not the soil itself, but the soil biology. So the fungus, the bacteria, protozoa, nematodes, arthropods, they're all in there and they all need feeding. So compost is this magical substance. Now it also really needs oxygen in order to form good compost. Otherwise you can end up with an anaerobic heap. You might have come across that if you've ever left leaves in a bucket and it's rained, and the smell is like the worst dog's breath. That is the smell of anaerobic rotting, anaerobic bacteria. So when you're making a compost heap, you need to make sure lots of air can get in. And that's why people talk about turning your heap. It takes everything out, you mix it up, you get loads of air in, and you put it back. And that gives all of those wonderful organisms some oxygen for their respiration. Incidentally, it's that respiration that's making the heat so hot. Amazing, millions, actually billions of microorganisms respiring. I don't know if you remember that respiration is an exothermic reaction, which means it transfers heat to the surroundings. There's so many of them in there that they've raised the temperature of the heap and its surroundings as well. If you've never made compost before, I really urge you to have a go. It doesn't need to be a great big setup like this, and even this is not very impressive. It's made of old pallets. All you need is a heap, a little bit of space, and to add your greens, so that's grass cuttings, food waste, that sort of thing, and your browns. And they tend to be rich in carbon. That's more like wood chip and cardboard. Mix them up and you will have something to feed your garden. Give it a try.